Hello. In this video where the demon lurks will continue with Toast's root. You close your eyes and try once again to fall asleep. The world is soaked in inky darkness. A long brightly light figure stands before you like a single brilliant star in the night sky. You recognize the flowing hair in his usual radiant golden jewelry. Loosen, he twirls towards you like a ballerina, delicately bounding across the stage. He does mouth something, and you instantly understand it as goodbye. His hands draw a myriad of complex figures before you as he slowly rises into the air, dazzling spotlights raining down around him, guiding him up into the heavens as if this were all a stage play. While you who remain rooted to the ground watch the display, your mouth agape. A purple hand claps your mouth shut. The instant you realize who that hand belongs to, a sharp sensation cuts its way through your back as you feel a cold hard blade plunge deep. You scream, but music comes out instead. Loud rock music violently awakens you from your nightmare slumber. What? Are we under attack? In your frantic state, you spot Toast dancing about in front of your computer. Toast! He doesn't hear you as he air guitars in rhythm to the music's guitar solo. Ugh. You get up and smash the volume button down until you can talk again. Hey, morning there, bud. Toast, why are you blasting music so early in the morning? I was up before you, and I was bored. You could have gotten us into a lot of trouble. What if the landlord complains? Come on, it's a good song. They wouldn't care. You pull the mane on your forehead back and let out a tired sigh. What even is the song? It's from my favorite band, High Rock. Oh, yeah, they disbanded 27 years ago. Toast freezes. Yeah, you didn't know that. Toast shakes his head in stunned silence. I'm most surprised you managed to work out how to play music on my laptop all on your own. It took me an hour. It took me like an hour to figure it out. Ain't got any real fingers and all. Just so long as you didn't click on any weird websites while I was asleep. Nah, I just went on something called a browser history and looked through it. You saw my browser history? He nods with a cheeky grin. I think one of those things on the list was big, meaty butt. La, time for work, got a shower. After a quick clothes change, you grab your backpack and are ready to head out to work. Let's get a move on. Wait, what about breakfast? It's fine, I usually skip breakfast. Toast gas flows backwards through the door. Your footsteps feel foreign to you, like someone else's legs are going to be walking, Your footsteps feel foreign to you, like someone else's legs are doing the walking. In your mind, you keep replaying the scenes from your nightmare, trying to make some sense of it. Hey, Toast? Yeah, bud. You ever believed in dreams? Heck yeah. I've had a dream once that I get cut in a gang fight, and the next day I lost an eye. You lost your eye at a gang fight? No freaking opening incident. Just as the dream said, I lost an eye. Oh, well, I had a dream last night. Yeah. Saw Lucian dancing off into the sky when out of nowhere Vendrake killed me. That's a bad omen there, dude. You think so? In my home, my uncle always told us to trust the meaning of our dreams because his Nana had a dream that two smaller stars would form around the moon someday. She said the moon was him. Then, blam, one day, he adopted me and pee-pee, he became a dad, just like in his Nana's dream. What do you think your dream meant? Something like, if Lucian leaves, I die? Or it could mean that Lucian is such a bad dancer that anyone who watches him ends up dead. Yeah, maybe, but my idea makes more sense to me. After all, we're going to fight Vendrake and save King. All we have is me, you and Morris, If this dream is right, we stand a better chance with losing on board. I don't know. You really think that Angel is Toast's crew material? So it's more like a serial brand to me, but regardless, we're already outnumbered. Fine, if you put it that way, but he's got a lot to prove before he's part of the team. We should test him, see how long he takes to rob a mini-mart. No, please, let's not go that far. So you're going to tell Morris about this? Thanks for reminding me. Yes, I still do that when we meet him. I trust it, buddy. He doesn't like the idea of how I've got ways to make him see things differently. How so? I was going to try to hang him upside down from the rooftop like that movie trailer I saw earlier. The dude doing it was freaking intimidating. Oh, that movie is really good. I like how. No, don't tell me I haven't seen it. The ghost floats on ahead to the store. You laugh as you catch up to him. You're busy this morning setting up the new promotional event between a popular anime and a hot dog company. Customers that buy their hot dogs get a chance to collect stickers. If they get 10, they can exchange them for a random package that may or may not contain a rare figure. You string under the rush of customers all the while Toast floats about the store without a care in the world. You catch him messing about with a few of the customers, but there's no chance for you to tell him off. As time marches on, one last hurdle stands between you and a well-deserved lunch break. An awfully persistent customer, unsatisfied with the figure they got, makes an elaborate attempt to complain about it to you. Look here, I don't mean to tell you how to do your job, but at other sunny fruits in this country, they would let you exchange the figures you don't want with another one. Sir, I'm sure that would have been for a different promotion. We can't do that with a random draw. Just get out here and take your stuff with you. If you don't like it, just buy the hot dogs again. That's just not good enough. Look here, I've been standing in line the whole day, buying those cheap ass hot dogs by the dozens. I've been pulling like crazy for that golden figure. I would say I count as a pretty damn loyal customer. I've gotten this same figure 3 times. I deserve at least another chance to get something different. Sir, again, I can't give anyone a free pull. You'll have to get the necessary 10 stickers again like everyone else. The customer puts his hands to his hips in a defiant gesture that reeks with pompousness. Look, you're obviously incompetent. Let me speak to your manager. You're taken aback at the accusation. Just as you're about to tear him off, Toast emerges behind him. You watch wide-eyed and confused. The ghost wears a dark expression as though drawn by the customer's anger. Your eyes dart from the customer to the ghost. Your lips tremble and your brow rise as you try to get the ghost to stay away. Why you just stand? Ugh. The toast's palm faces to the customer's stomach. The customer trembles towards the counter. Sir, are you alright? It's just an upset stomach. I think those hot dogs are coming back up. Thank goodness. Toast pulls away and struggles to hold in his snickering. Do you have a washroom I can use? Sorry, sir. Washrooms are for employees only. Fuck, this is the worst store ever. The customer runs out while clutching his stomach. Toast rolls over, howling with laughter. That was a riot. Toast, that wasn't funny. Okay, it was kind of funny, but still. I was just trying to serve the little piss pants. How was I supposed to know it was going to go through him? Yeah, I mean, still, things could go horribly wrong if you just randomly put your hand to someone. But your conversation is cut short by the arrival of Morris in a large person-sized package. Am I interrupting something? No, what's that? It's a present, I promise. You got anywhere I can take this thing out? You point to the staff room while you head to the door and close the shop. You can hear Toast bothering the exorcist from behind. What is it? What is it? A totem pole? a toboggan, a rocket. Not even close. You join them in the staff break room where Morris is taking off the black covers. He reveals an adult-sized wooden puppet wearing a pair of red underwear and a spiked collar. Whoa. Yep. It's a sex doll. Maybe one from the prehistoric ages. No, it's a somebody. Ah, that's sweet. He thinks the puppets is real. Yeah, I did the same when I was a kid. Had a pet marble I called Tiger. It was the most beautiful tiger eye in the entire neighborhood. I used to have imaginary friends who played games with me. Usually they were just characters from a story I watched. You two, this is a trip down nostalgia lane. This thing is called a somebody. It's not a somebody. Hey, that's mean. It could have feelings, you know. Morris covers his eyes. It would seem that he is not amused with your stick. The hyena floats over and hoists the puppet up, grabbing one of the arms and flailing it about as if it's calling you to come closer. Hey, good looking. Don't be scared. I'm all bark. You both laugh at the poor pun. Poof. Huh? Somehow Toast's hand has merged with the puppet's. Ah, my hand's wood. It's wood, dude. Toast frantically raised his wooden arm. I know. Morris, do something. Hang on. He saunters over to the yelling ghost and smacks the puppet right into him. A plume of pink smoke emerges from where the puppet laid. What are you doing? Well, lads, it's just how somebody was. The smoke is just a one-time thing. He gasps as the smoke dissipates. The puppet has taken Toast's form. You see? Toast's eye flutters open. What? What happened? It can't be. Whoa. He throws his hands in the air as he tries to balance himself. I have weight. He explores his upper body, pulling at the fur, squeeze every muscle he can find. I can feel. Toast grabs your face and laughs. I can feel your face is so squishy. He shakes and pulls your cheeks like Play-Doh. Your hands meet his. His fur is soft to the touch, reminding you of two bristles. Clasping his wrist, you expect to feel hard wood, but no, it's a taut feeling of muscle where you imagine to be bone beneath it. He brings you close, bending over, he sniffs your mane. His eyes light up. This is your smell. You smell like an apple. He takes another whiff of your fur. You giggle, feeling his cold nose rub against you. Haha, Toast, stop it. That tickles. Toast runs off to flex his new body as he chat up with the exorcist. How is this possible? You brought him back alive? One shakes his head. If somebody only simulates life, it's more like he's inside a robot that looks and feels like him. How low? More shrugs. You look at Toast, who's falling over, touching the walls and the floor, like he just discovered gold. You have to ask the exorcist faction that made that thing. The original creator died long ago. I just happened to be able to afford one when I moved to Kimbleton. Dude, this is amazing. It's like everything's right where it was before I died, even my blind eye. That's great, Toast. Now you can... Hold up. He looks down. Your eyes follow his gaze. The hyena looks into his underwear. Fucking bacon. Where is it? What? Toast turns on Morris, grabbing the boy's shirt collar and lifting him off the floor by an inch. Toast, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't give me that bull. You know what I mean. A man's pride and joy. He grabbed Toast by the wrist, trying to pull him away from the boy, but he is too heavy and sturdy to move. But Toast, pull him down. What do you even need that for? Just give it back. Enough, conclusa. Blue sparks emanate from the collar. Yeah, yeah. Toast instantly drops more. The hyena's fur stands on end and his eyes twitch erratically. Blue spots dance about his body, causing him to shake like an out-of-control blender. What's happening to him? It's a collar. If activated, it starts to work. If activated, it starts to wear. Is that safe? Toast is locked in place with a less than flattering expression. He won't die if you're asking. It stuns him until the controller undoes the command. Like so. No? Toast's muscles seem to relax as he stops shaking. You okay? Yeah. Toast, the collar is turned off. Oh, didn't notice that. Not to behave yet? Heck no. Why Kakusa. You gotta do better than. You sorry and shake your head. Well, this stopped being funny a second ago. No. Hey, Toast. Yeah. I brought you some clothes. Just pick out what works. The exorcist conjures his briefcase and dumps pieces of clothing onto the floor. Sweet, free clothes. You can change here. Cooper and I need to talk. What's the big deal? We're all guys here. Whoa. He yanks you out the store. Hold out your hand. I'm giving you control of the Sun Wu Kong collar. Me? Why? Morris draws a pattern on the palm of your hand. It glows, yellows, and fades away. Because you're his babysitter. When he starts kicking out trouble, you can kick him in check. You clench the hand now imbued with control of the collar. Well, I won't really need it. Sure you won't. You don't even need me to lend you that. Somebody. You don't need us to be sarcastic about it. I know that's a risk if he's left to roam around. Anyway. The boy crossed his arms before raising his chin and giving you a skeptical look. I don't really think you do, so keep an eye on that dummy. Is it that dumb? You mean the puppet, that thing's expensive. It reduces risk of corruption by overwhelming negative effect around him. Hopefully it'll keep his urges in check long enough for us to settle all this. So it's not a permanent solution to stop him turning into an evil spirit? That's not possible. That thing is all magic and wood. It's no replacement for the body of a living person. Our bodies are the filter between our psyche and outside negativity. Bare souls lack a filter. Everyone's thoughts, their desires, their raw emotions, they all hit the soul nonstop, like you're taking shot after shot until you curl to a ball of energy that wants to do nothing but consume everything. His still piercing gaze meets yours, drilling into how much he's risking by placing trust into you. How long will it take before Toast's psyche falls apart? Has he already started? How will you stop him if he did? If these thoughts invade your mind but no answers reveal themselves. Just then the break room door swings open. I'm done. The hyena enters. You can feel his gaze upon you. You okay, buddy? You look like you've seen a ghost. He looks at Morris. What do you say to him, punk? You picking on him again? No, we were talking about why it's important for you to stay in that body. Really, that's good. Crewmates gotta get along, or the group won't work. What crew? Toast's crew. Not even the underworld can keep us down. No, thank you. I already have a group. I already have my group. And that's the exorcist's home. Now, I don't want to repeat my whole spiel, so let me just say this. Stay in that body or risk turning into a diabolical spirit. I mean nasty evil spirit, like that giant marshmallow monster from that movie. Yes, you know what happens to that monster in the end. They coated the city white and not in a good way. That's cold, man. I'm already being kind enough letting you stay here. I even bought new clothes for you. By the way, how did you end up wearing the same get-up you had before? Why mess with a classic? Besides, most of them didn't fit me, so I had to make some adjustments. More size. Alright, I think I'm done here. Where are you going? Well, I didn't get to resupply my tools because of our meeting last night, so I got to meet my guy. Wait, we need to talk about Lucian. About that, I slept on that, and I've had a change of heart. Oh, do you have a dream of him dancing too? No, I just thought it over. Are you dreaming about him? Your mouth opens, but you decide against answering. So you were saying you might stand a better chance of surviving this rescue mission if we have him on board. I was thinking that too, but he would want me to take up my old job. Yes, that. Well, just do it. No. Well, you got to convince him somehow. Oh, why don't you just offer him something better than what he wants? Come again? Yeah, this happens all the time when I was running with the gang. A gang? You were in a gang? Like I was saying, sometimes the boss wants you to deal with someone you don't want to deal with. The rival gang leader, the boss's ex-wife, or the town garbage collector. So what I learned was, most of the time you don't really need to give the boss what they want. You just gotta convince them that your way is better. Makes sense to me. I've done it a few times with my customers. But wait a minute, do you do that to me? No, of course not. Right, well, I might have an idea. Please share with the class. Lucian told me he's after a promotion. If so, I just need to convince him that we'll help him get that. Don't know how I'm going to say it, but just play along when I bring it up. Got it? Okay. Fine. Just text me his location. I'll meet you guys there. Yeah, that'll be after work for me, around 5. Then I'm off. I got some shopping to do. Groceries? No, I just said there are tools for performing exorcists. Sounds lame. Groceries will be better. Of course you say that. Now behave, both of you, remember. He gestures with 2 fingers, pointing from his eyes to the both of you while backing out of the store. And that's how long drawn, your head hurts thinking about what to say to Lucian. Toast smacks you heartily on the back. Bug up there, buddy. This ain't no time to be sulking. I got a body now. We got to celebrate. A woman on your stomach reminds you that you haven't eaten that all yet. Oh man, I got half an hour left for lunch. So, there are some things I missed. Like for Morris and Toast. I forgot to notice that these two have multiple pages, so I thought, like for Toast, I thought this is all I thought there was all that Cooper had to say about Toast, but turns out there's more. Yeah, I forgot to mention all these pages here. But I guess that's his main thought. That's the main thought he originally thought. I think that's the main thought he originally had for Kobu. So I just noticed not long ago that Toast actually has multiple pages to his info. I missed this down here. I thought that it was one page and that this is all that Joan had to say about Toast. I mean, I think in Lucius Route when I read the info for Toast. I thought this is all I had to say about him, but apparently that's the initial. I think that's the main description Kobu has for Toast, or it was his initial opinion of Toast before he actually got to know him more. So I guess when he got to know him more, he had a lot more to say about him. So I wanted to say I thought this through, but I'm not sure anymore. Now I've gotten tangled up with this ghost who say King, and says I promised to help him get into up above. Oh boy, I don't know if Gary's going to allow that. If Gary hasn't said no, my promise isn't a lie, right? I worry if this guy's all that dependable. He has a temper for sure, and it's pretty reckless too. However, he's been honest when he tries to help me. I hope this all works out somehow. Funny the name of the collar Morris put on Toast is a Sun Wukong collar. I know this from the old TV series I've seen on Earth. There is this monkey god that had to travel with a monk. They were going to the west. That's why I called Journey to the West. And so the monkey god had a golden headband put on him. When the monk would read out a prayer, the band would tighten around the monkey god, punishing him for his misbehaviors. Apparently, the show is based on a real-life myth. I hope it's just that, a myth. I don't want to meet no monkey god who knows what trouble that can lead to. If there was one, I doubt it would have survived what Paul did to their kind. I did. Asked to borrow a similar color for my Overlord cosplay the South's Halloween party. Okay, Morris also has quite a bit of his. Now, Lucien only has one page. So is King, Nox, Amar, Demon Lord, and Demons, and Fortress. So right now, Toast and Morris are the only ones with multiple pages of their info. So I already read this part here. So on the page 2. I met this guy like twice, and he's already trying to kill me. That's a new record. He really despises demons and ghosts. To be fair, yes, our kind has a history of bewitching and possessing, even attempting to bend the will of mortal kind, but that was a long time ago. I'm different. And gets in the right light, his determination can be kind of sexy. A no-nonsense guy who do everything in his power to protect what he believes in, punishing a demon that gets in his way. What am I writing? Despite his dubious hustle, Morris is tough. The end. Okay, so you got 2 pages here for Morris. Toast has the most at 3. Though, since that first page was empty, you might as well say his has 2 also. So, Morris is very serious about his job. He's very determined to rid the town of demons and ghosts. He was very determined to get rid of Toast. He's very determined to get rid of Toast, but Kobu managed to stop him from doing that back when they were at their apartment that night. Okay, so if anything new comes up with these places and names, I'll read some more. I already did all of these. A rumble in your stomach reminds you that you haven't eaten at all yet. Oh man, I got half an hour left for lunch. Yes, we're going to eat. You walk over to the frozen food aisle, and as you survey the possible frozen meals, you realize that this is all coming out of your pocket. Wait a minute. If he has a body now, maybe I can get him a job. Moving the thought further, you pick up the 2 trays of chicken surprise. the surprise being that it's more rice than chicken. You walk back to toast. Microwave meals okay with you? Hell yeah. You set the dishes one by one into the microwave and let the machine heat them up. Whoa, look at that. You have fancy buttons on the microwave now. Makes me miss the big old knobs they had. They still made those models, but they've got fewer features than modern ones. Look at them spin. His amusement is infectious. You can't help but watch intently at the food slowly spinning around. You spend the time watching enthusiastically. After 4 minutes pass, the microwave dings. Toast opens the microwave door, unleashing a cloud of curry-scented steam. I've got it. He grabs both trays with his bare hands. Ah, hot, hot. He bounces the meals in each hand like a poor man's juggling act. Careful. I got it. He rushes to the break room. You breathe a sigh of relief at his success, grabbing some utensils from the counter you join the ghost inside. You set your meal next to him, all the while he's holding his own meal up to his nose, sniffing the meal as though not to let even a molecule escape him. You hand him his utensils as you take your seat. Let's eat. Aye. Peeling off the plastic cover, you welcome by a strong scent of spices and freshly heated rice. Toast picks up a spoonful of rice. He wastes no time wolfing down his meal. Damn, man, this shit's great. You start eating your lunch. Really? I mean, it's alright, but you can get better stuff at a proper restaurant. He doesn't seem to hear your remark and just continues eating. You find some amusement watching someone who is actually happy to be alive. The both of you eat with gusto, and the trays are filled in minutes. A satisfied Toast leans against the seat, patting his stomach. Satisfied? Kind of. I still feel hungry though, like it all went in, but it didn't stay there for very long. Perhaps the public can only suppress a ghost's desires to a certain extent. It's not a foolproof solution. Well, keep it in check. I can't feed you 24/7. Don't worry about me. I'm used to going hungry. So you figure out what you're going to tell the pretty boy? Pretty boy? Oh, you mean Lucien? Kind of, but I'm not sure if he'll talk. But I'm not sure he'll take the bait. Well, if someone wants me to do something for them, I like it if they pay me up front. Pay you? Yeah, you think access to all these muscles is cheap? I took on whatever job I could get my hands on. Some pretty crappy ones too. Which, looking back, I probably shouldn't have drank all that booze before they explained everything. So I'll bribe then. Everyone likes getting a present. Consider the fact that you've kept Lucien waiting for you for a good 2 days to give wouldn't be in bad taste. I think the store has some cake for sale. You can't just give him a plain old store-bought cake. I'm not giving him alcohol. Doubt that one bottle will be enough to get him that uptight angel to loosen up. At least make it special. Like bake it yourself. Can you bake? Toast smiles. Okay, well, I don't have time to bake or go to the bakery for anything fancy. I'm sure as heck if not letting you walk around town unsupervised to buy it for me. You don't need a bakery. He walks out of the break room. You watch as he goes from aisle to aisle, mumbling to himself. Need this, not this, maybe some of that. He completes a lap around the store and walks back with hands full of sweet snacks and one slice of cake. Whoa, why are you taking all of that? To decorate the cake, of course. His energetic smile brings out his eyes. I guess he can't really mess this up. Doubt Lucien would care anyways. At least this would keep him distracted till I'm done with work. Just take it all to the counter and I'll pay for it. Woohoo! After scanning through the items, You leave Toast in the break room with his culinary project. At the end of your shift, alright, we got to leave. Team B's here, and I'd rather not have them chatting it up with you too much. The cake's ready. The staff's table is littered with plastic bags and food detritus, all in the name of Toast's culinary exploits. Where's the cake? I put it back in its box. Let's go. You spent a few minutes cleaning the room first before leaving it with Toast. Along the way, you message Lucian's location in Morris. He replies with a thumb up. Both of you are closing in on the warehouse district. The workday is over, and the crowd of people in the district has begun to thin out as they make their way home. I hope the guy likes cream, because I put a whole lot of them. I'm sure he will like it. You're even more sure that he will have a scathing comment about the cake. Standing on the sidewalk, the angel has his hands on his hips while Morris is talking to him. Lucian notices you right away. His face twists into a frown at the sight of your companion. He points to you. I didn't want to believe this mortal when he mentioned he was working for you now, but it appears reality is far worse than imagination. I'd like to clarify that I'm assisting with an hourly rate of $6 an hour. Yeah, remember Toast? What's up, pretty boy? Looking pretty, the last as before, I guess. Lucian notices you right away. His face twists into a frown at the sight of your companion. He points to you. I didn't want to believe this mortal when he mentioned he was working for you now, but it appears reality is far worse than imagination. I'd like to clarify that I'm assisting with an hourly rate of $6 an hour. Yeah, remember Toast? What's up, pretty boy? Looking pretty, the same as before, I guess. Lucian growls. I see you have a new body, Ghost. Heck yeah. You like? Toast brings an arm in front and flexes it at the angel. Lucian throws his nose in the air as though he's seen far better. Let's go somewhere quiet to talk. There's some parked trucks around the corner. No one's there. The four of you walk over to a nearby alleyway crowded with lorries. You all form a small circle with Morris watching smugly, Lucian crossing his arms whilst leering at Toast, and Toast just grinning and holding his box. Explain everything. Yeah, well, wait, the cake. Lucian's eyes widen, startled by the ghost offering a box to him. What trick is this? The angel conjures feathers and readies himself in a battle stance. Put that away, it's no trick, it's just cake. I get his reaction. The amount of calories scares me too, yet they are so irresistible nevertheless. Morris, you're not helping. He's a ghost and can't be just cake. I saw the stuff he used. It won't kill anyone. Lucian's feathers fizzle away. He takes a small box from Toast and pulls out the confectionery from within. Lucian gets the Toast mixed cheesecake. What was once a simple slice of cheesecake now has a small yellow toy dog sitting on its whipped cream covered top. Sprinkles of crushed peanuts, probably from the bag of peanut mix, gives color to the layer of cream. On the side there are vanilla waffles arranged along the cake. Behind the toy dog there's curved sweets arranged neatly. You wonder if they are broken lollipops. Overall, the cake, though messy in appearance, is very vibrant with the extra toppings. You're honestly surprised the hyena could pull off such a delicate work. That's the beauty. Make me one. I'll try you the silent corn I found. Deal. Toast. A very cool looking cake. It appears many other sweets have been matched with it. It's tasty. You should try it. I picked all the best stuff. The toppings even together barely amounted to the same price as the cake itself, but the work that went into it was something you could appreciate. I'll consider that suggestion later. The angel puts the cake back in the box and closes it. Now I'm even more concerned. Why are you giving me a cake? It's because we were talking and we think it would be good if all of us worked together to say king. Excuse me? What is this about a king? Okay, let me start over. There's plenty of events that led up to King's capture and your deal with Toast. As you speak, Lucy's jaw drops lower and lower. And that's where we are at now. The toppings. I consider that suggestion later. The angel puts the cake back in the box and closes it. Now I'm even more concerned. Why are you giving me a cake? It's because we were talking. We think it would be good if all of us worked together to say king. Excuse me? What is this about a king? Okay, let me start over. Explain the events that led up to King's capture and your deal with Toast. As you speak, Lucian's jaw drops lower and lower. And that's where we are at now. I'm speechless. So, will you help us? You omitted the part where you would take back your company. About that, Lucian raises his right eyebrow. Look, I know you're gung-ho about me going back. It's a matter of my promotion, my career, which is basically my life. Yeah, which I can't think about until I get King back. If you want me to focus on taking over the company, you'll help me make sure my friend is safe. Strangely, that makes sense. As long as Vendre has that mortal hostage, he has a body seal that we can't break through. Think about how much Gary would be impressed. You took into account immortal safety and well-being first. The angel seems to be pondering your idea. Say that I do go along with this. Why would you want to use Toast's plan in the first place when I have the device to locate an underworld gate? Is that like a house gate? No, it's the gate that facilitates travel to the underworld. If there even is one in Kibbleton. There is. Huh? And where exactly? I don't know. I haven't figured out what my tracker is telling me. That sounds too risky. Not to mention how free it is to know there's such a gate here. Who even made it? I don't know. Maybe it's a cult. It sounds like something they would do. Whoever it is, I'd rather go up against an enemy I already know rather than some mystery group. Then what am I supposed to do? Just be there, I guess. I may have thought you would be useful in a fight. That's it? I'm just a meat seal. You could utilize my skills far better than that. It just means you're strong. But I have so much to offer. By its ALO, my magic and my knowledge. It's starting to sound more like your butt hurt we didn't go with your plan. Well, yes, but this just isn't top angel work. Please, I kill for a chance to just do nothing. Back to the question, will you help us? Look into your heart considering my selfish request. Yeah, think how good that would look on a resume. The angel saves both mortal and demon kind. They'll even name a cereal after you. Lucian purses his lips. It wouldn't be an unprecedented move. The other angels wouldn't really bat an eye over any mortal. And you do make a point that you aren't that capable at all. Gee, thanks. Well, I suppose there's no harm. You would still be working towards removing Ventrate from power. But I deserve better being bent up until something troublesome happens. You gulp. Every fiber of your body hopes this will work. Lucian sighs and he rests his hand on his cheek. His head is turned away, giving him the impression that he is disappointed in something. Yet to you assume this is just his true self. I don't have a choice. It's either this or I go home with nothing. But now you have my assistance. Your ears perk up and you smile. Welcome to the crew. Huddle up, crew. Huddle what? Toast pulls everyone in and keeps you all locked in a powerful hug. Toast laughs out loud. Look at this crew. We're going to do great. Mind the shirt, boy. You move it. You smell. Hey, whose hand's that on me? All you squirm a bit to break free, but the hyena's hold is too strong. It takes a good minute before he finally lets go. The smell of your new allies now buried in your nostrils. Lucian gasps for air as he tidies his disheveled clothes. Morse just pulls out a handkerchief to wipe away his sweat. So, are we done here? Wait, we haven't had our first team meal. Pass. I need to update Lord Gary about these changes. I still have work to do, and I doubt you guys can afford my overtime. But we aren't a real crew until we share a drink together. This isn't a social crew, Ghost. Whether we have a drink or not doesn't matter. We need only do our jobs. Besides, don't make my cooperation with accepting your presence. Try to betray us and I will end you. Toast gulps. Just let it go, Toast. None of them are interested. Oh. The angel casts his eyes upon you. I'll be in contact soon. The angel turns and leads the group. Angel walks over and pats your shoulders. Good job, not Demon Lord. You rode an angel into your cause. Call me when you finally find out how to get into the cult. You are coming? Like I said, I got some work to settle. You two can handle it. Man, what am I even paying you for? For the most experience, of course. See ya. With that, he trots off. You and Toast head back home. During the walk, you notice the ghost is stumbling side to side. He keeps his head low and doesn't miss anything. He really looks boned out. Is he really that sad about everyone not wanting to hang out together? I don't really know how to help with that. Still, I should say something. Toast sighs. It's going to be okay, man. I'm just so hungry. Alright, let's get back home and I'll cook us some instant noodles. I saw a secret packet called spicy, beefy broth in the cabinet. No way, that's mine. I'm saving it for a special occasion. Well, good luck saving it if I get back first. Wait. The ghost runs off ahead, forcing you to give chase. Haha, those noodles are mine. Get your hands off of it. Conclusa. In the end, you managed to secure your spicy, beefy broth noodles, and all you had to do was zap Toast 4 times. In the Demon City, if you pass the Demon Lord's office, then make a left at the Horn's Emporium, there lies a wide open expanse. It's the only part of the city where fields of green can be found. The place is just called the park by the other demons. Not many come here as there is nothing much to do than bask in the artificial sunlight or touch the plants that have no name and do not exist anywhere or do not exist anymore on Earth. Ventrate strolls through the park, his walk accompanied by the whistling wind and dull thud of each footstep. In a nearby shrubbery, a porcelain white female eagle statue is topped over. Vendrake gets on one knee and helps to put the limbless bust back into its original spot. Whatever happened to your hands and feet? Were they so beautiful that someone stole them? He stands and steps out into the middle of the park, a pedestal with only a pair of stone feet remains before him. Vendrake lets out a defeated breath. His hands graze a plaque that reads the third Demon Lord. That fool. Memories of the last company picnic comes to his mind. It was the last picnic ever hosted by Kobu. It was supposed to improve morale on the staff, but it turned into a ruckus with someone smuggling in alcohol. The physical torture demons became rowdy and were breaking things left and right. Kobu tried to gather everyone's attention by climbing up the statue, but it was easy and never meant to support a demon's weight. Vendrake winces at the thought of the statue tumbling over. He can still see it now, how it shattered into 1,000 unrecognizable pieces when it hit the ground. And all Kobu had to say for it was, sorry. A simmering red portal opens and Nox floats through. Lord Vendrake. What is it, Nox? You know I don't like to be bothered when I'm here. Yes, but you also told me to inform you immediately of any freelancer reports. So, let's have it then. Only one has entered the town and has begun pursuing Kobu. Only one. Where are the others? The others sent reports that their journeys have been disrupted. One states, got into a bus with a group of hippies, they won't let me get off where I want to. Next wrote, got married by accident in Arugas, trying to escape. The send bail money, got sent to jail for getting caught up in a bank robbery. Eustace, did he relay new instructions to all of them? Yes, permission to use their powers have been granted. Good, then inform the other generals to prepare themselves for field work in the mortal realm. Lord Vendrake, I highly doubt that Kobu's luck will continue to save him from a freelancer whose access to their demonic powers, however. I'm not taking any chances. You are mine and forced to prepare to head out and finish the job. But Lord Vendrake, your sympathies for him are meaningless, Nox. Remember your duties to the underworld. In the Forest General's heart, he laments how this is going to mean more relentless nights of filing paperwork and chasing down officers for approval. The Forest says nothing and leads through a portal, leaving Vendrake all alone. Today, you're working at night shift and have the morning off, the perfect chance to sleep in and shake off your mounting exhaustion. You aren't sure what time it is, but you just don't want to open your eyes. If you are to describe love, it is this feeling of being cradled in the head by a soft pillow, a blanket, keeping your legs warm and wrapping your hands around a big meaty. Wrapping my hands. I don't remember getting a Dakimakura. You keep your eyes closed and let your hands do the seeing. Whatever it is you're groping, it feels furry. You run your fingers along its form. It's almost round. It feels heavy in your hands, like two furry basketballs. A soft whimper forces you to wake up. You open your eyes and see Toast's back facing you. Toast? Your arms are wrapped around him. Oh, sorry, man. The ghost turns around. He yawns in your face. You say something, buddy? Why are you in my bed? I thought you were sleeping on the sofa last night. Am I? Huh. I must have rolled off by mistake. Man, that sleep brought me back from the dead. Ironic. Well, I'm going to wash up. You have the sour after I'm done. I want hash browns. You can hear the 6 fans for breakfast. Now move your butt. You both get ready for the day. Just as you exit your apartment, you meet Lucian waiting for you. Hey, Lucian. Was wondering when you showed up. Meet still. High five. Toast raises his hand up top, inviting the dog to respond. I do not consent to that nickname. I most certainly do not do high fives. Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I wasn't sleeping either. I was keeping watch on the other apartment. Where? On the roof? Lucy nods. Well, that would make anyone cranky. Come join us for breakfast. We'll find the court members after that. I will come along, but you need not use what little money you have to get me food. You know our kind don't need the same sustenance as mortals to survive. But you're the weird guy in the group that never orders anything and just watches people eat. Right, you might need to eat something just to keep up appearances. It's fun. Plus, how can you stand your stomach rubbling all the time? It's an inconvenient mortal trait we cope with while using these forms. There's no need to entertain it. Well then, what did you do with the cake? Lucian's face flushes red. I don't know what you're talking about. Your eyes narrow and sniff the air. There's a very faint smell of sugary indulgence wafting between the angel's breaths. Ha, you ate for sure, acting all tough. Do you like it, huh? Do you like how I cover it in cream? You can't help but join in on the teasing. Yeah, do you like toasted cream? You smile smugly at the angel. Lucian wipes his mouth and turns into a huff. It was merely a moment of curiosity, no more dallying. While giggling behind Lucian, the three of you head for Six Fans. Halfway through your journey, you find a group of people crowding along the side of the road. What's going on over there? The crowd cheers at whatever or whoever's in the circle. Let's look. Mahina rushes off to see before you can tell her to ignore the show. Lucian follows behind. You feel your blood turn ice cold. Somehow, after the first encounter with the freelancer, your eyes have adjusted to seeing through the disguises. The sight of him twists your insides. In the middle of a circle, a tall, lanky demon parades from side to side, basking in applause of the crowd. The creature wears a distinctive long coat with pockets cartoonishly filled to the brim with who knows what. His every step is followed by the jangling sound of metal and other things knocking against each other. It's one of them. You whisper to Lucian. I know, we can't let it escape. Alright folks, I got time for one last soul. I just need one more item. I have here another gentleman's $50 bill. Oh, I have a weapon. Thank you, madam. He holds the two items in the air, tosses them from palm to palm. Now look here, folks, a weapon on the left and the money on the right. He closes his fist, leaving only the end of the weapon sticking out. The demon pulls on the end and the crowd gasps. The weapon slides out, revealing the text from the bell perfectly recreated along its surface. He opens his right hand and the cast is gone. He lets the crowd take a good look at the weapon before handing it to the lady. Oh my goodness, how did he do that? Wait, what happened to my cast? Sorry, but it's all gone. Consider it the cost of the sale. Fucking hell, that's my goddamn money for a month. The crowd asks for more, but the demon merely bows and calls for silence. That's all for me today. Don't worry. If you ever end up in hell, ask for Samurda and you'll find me. His statement confuses the crowd, but they leave impressed nonetheless. Ooh, cool magic. Awesome. Toast, that's a demon. No kidding. He sniffs the air. You're right. That's the smell of a demon. Here, I thought it's just because he has so much trash with him. As the crowd leaves, the demon keeps his eyes trained on you. His sickle-shaped smile sends shivers down your spine. You pull out your phone and message Morris for backup. Somehow the narrow street feels even smaller with just the four of you. The sight of your group's threatening presence keeps others passerby at bay. No distractions, no witnesses. Why, hello there. Do you enjoy my soul, ex-demon Lord Kobu? The demon waves playfully at you. The three of you get into a fighting stance, unsure of what will come next. I see you made some new friends. That one. He points to Toast. That one smells like an escaped soul. I'm not. If you're going to lie to me, at least put on a more convincing performance. I've been in this job since the second Demon Lord. I've seen my fair share of your kind. And you, Mr. Prim and Proper, I'm surprised up above started meddling in our affairs again. If your boss whispers for another war, I'd be happy to send a message with your pretty wings clipped. Lucian leers at the demon. Pretty bold of you to put on a show. How do you know we were coming? I didn't. I was just asking around for witnesses. I must say the last freelancer did a terrible job at describing you to the sketch artist, Kobu. Shimura pulls out a picture that looks like a cat drawn with very bushy brown hair and a huge frizz-like body. Didn't get anywhere with it. Then I saw these dull mortals just going about in their melancholy, and a bolt of brilliance came to me. I must entertain them. Such is the burden of a performer. Something about the theatrical way of speaking tickles the base of your brain. You've seen this demon before. Where have I seen him? You gasp. Wait, the company picnic. You were there. You're the one who wouldn't stop singing and performing magic tricks when everyone was begging you to stop. He tortures other demons. No, it's just everyone can do real magic. So sleight of hand street tricks aren't very impressive. Besides, he's kind of annoying. Yes, it is I, Shimura, officer of the physical torture area at your service. Here's my card. What's out? He conjures 3 cards in his hand. His left hand throws them at you. You all jump back, but the cards fail to reach you and fall to the ground. They're just cards? Oh, why do you have to jump away? Those things are expensive to print. The accounting department will have a field day with me if they find out I'm just tossing them around. The demon rushes forward to pick up his cards. Lucian conjures an arrow and points it at their throat as the creature stands back up. Start wasting time with your foolishness. We know you're here to kill Kobu. I'm giving you a chance to walk out of that body and leave, or I'll force you out. Shimura laughs. His smile goes even wider as he strokes the side of his face. Oh yes, I love that scowl, that face. Tell me more. I just can't get enough of it. The demon tries to claw for Lucian's face. The angel kicks him back. Ever heard of personal space? Don't bother telling him off. I think he gets off from all the negative attention. Oh yes, call me scum. I love it. Your utter hatred for me is the greatest expression of love. He twirls around while waving his hands about, the item jangling in his pocket serenade his every movement. I'm sure everyone in the underworld would love to hate on you. Why don't you just go back? The demon stops his little dance and drops his hands. You think anyone even has time to speak to each other? It's all about the work now. We only worry for the job, the endless lines of souls that need to be tortured. No satisfaction, no free time, no, only productivity. It's enough to drive even the most enthusiastic demon to despair. We slave for the precious soul energy that Lord Vendry pumps into his own personal army. All for the fucking sake of the underworld. You hear the sarcasm dripping from his twisted lips. I remember you were less cynical than this last time. Well, let me carve up a new memory that you will take to your graves. I will kill you and have Lord Vendry grant me my wish, my own personal audience to watch me perform forever, and they'll hate it. The demon chucks the business cards at you, and like last time they shoot through their velocity. Toast jumps out in front of you and takes the hits. You hear the sounds of metal cutting through flesh. Toast growls as the cords have buried themselves deep into his right forearm. Fuck, that still hurts. Toast. Toast yanks out the cords, dropping onto the ground with a clank. What did he do to the cords? Run, Kobu. It's over if you're dead. There's no time for intermission. The demon slams his head down. The demon slams his left hand down and exerts a power once beneath your feet. You're unable to comprehend what the demon pulls out, but you soon feel the ground literally give out beneath your feet. The three of you slip and fall onto the tarmac. The road between you and the demon has turned a dull gray. It doesn't give you a chance to stand out. The demon leaps upon you. The nails on his left hand elongate into razor-sharp claws. He swipes at your chest. Die, die, die! You kick him off of you. You somersault back onto your feet. Your back instantly pays the price for the move. You yelp out in agony. My back. Dude, don't go making this harder than it always is. Frantically assessing the area, you see a tarmac-textured blanket next to the demon's feet. There's no time to ponder further as Lucien launches a barrage of feathers at the demon, going straight for his eyes. Shimoda is quick on his feet. 1 step, 2 steps. He dodges the feathers like he's tapping dancing for a crowd. At the end of the volley, Shimoda throws his arms wide and lets out a loud ta-da. So you can play at that game. Demon pulls 4 oversized mechanical bolts from his pocket with his left hand, yanking the bolt heads off forcefully with the other. You see the screw stretch as though it were a rubber band. Loosen. Shimoda releases one of the top bolts and goes flying towards Lucien. The angel conjures a bow made of pure soul energy. He bans the incoming bolts into the ground. The bolts penetrate the earth. Small cracks form around the points of the impact. Cheat trick from a cheat demon. Is that all you got? Lucien wetted his bow. He pulls back its string, conjuring an arrow wibbling with the same energy that formed his feathers. Eat this. Toast rushes towards the foe, coming into Lucien's crosshairs just as he is about to release the arrow. Shit! The angel swings his bow away just in time. The arrow is let loose, but it zooms past Toast's head and slows midair. Toast halts to turn to the angel. What the hell? Watch where you're aiming. Get out of the way! The demon takes advantage of the opening and strikes at the ghost's sides. The hyena howls loudly. Bastard! Toast throws a punch, but the demon blocks it with his hand. You hear a loud clunk when Toast's fist makes contact with the demon's hand. His friend leaps back, clutching his trembling limb. What the hell? He's made of metal now? Indeed, the demon's left hand now has a steel light, sign coating his fur. Doesn't matter if it's metal or flesh, we need to knock the demon out of that body. Lucien waves another side with his bow. Without an ounce of hesitation, he fires his arrow. The demon manages to bring his left hand to his neck before the shot lands. Yes. The brief joy of victory is quickly stubbed out when the arrow just continues its path into the demon's head like it were sinking into a piece of rubber. Shimoda's head reforms like a flattened cartoon character, re-inflating and ejecting the arrow out. Lucien's arrow floats to the ground and disappears before touching it. Your legs begin trembling in the face of the demon's display. Shimoda lets out a wicked laugh. Yes, more and more. Struggle, scream. He tilts his head while sticking his tongue out. Give me more of your love. One, we don't know what we're dealing with here. The three of you run away in opposite directions of the demon. Don't turn your backs on me. You'll miss the show. You look back to see what the demon is about to do. He gets chased while digging into his pockets. He pulls out a bottle of glue and crosses it with his right hand, spilling the glue all over. With his hand free, he grabs several bolts from his pocket and throws them at you. Watch out, he's doing something. Your warning fails, however. The bolts land by each of your feet and mysteriously transfer into a green mess, rooting you to the ground. It's glue. He turned the screws into glue. Kobu! The demons close in on you, screaming your name madly. You swing and try to summon a portal to save yourself, but nothing appears. A powerful explosion erupts behind Shimoda, sending him flying through the air away from your group.